Well, we had a good run, everybody, but Pokemon, it's officially cooked. Crash is upon us. It's here, y'all. If you haven't already started panic selling, which 80% of you probably already have, then you are in for a rude awakening in the coming months, guys. All of those PokeTuber shills out there that are telling you Ascended Heroes is going to save the hobby, turn everything around. You guys really think some subpar Gengar and then the B tier Mega Dragonite can really save the hobby? You guys don't think that we could go any lower than we are right now? You guys are acting goofy, guys. Be careful out there. 2025 was indeed the best bull run in Pokemon that we've ever seen before. Many of us, it's been our first one to ever live through. And now we're on the way down, okay? Everyone's collectors and shiny apps, they are showing red right now, unless you're like my man Danny Phantom, who has been actively buying more and more product every single day. He's saying that his is up. Well, guess what? That happens whenever you add more product to it. The reason why I call Danny Phantom out right now is actually not to start any drama. I actually think he's one of the real ones out there. He's one of actually the only content creators that when he says community and talks very kindly about other people, I semi-believe him, you know? I kind of believe what he's saying, what he's putting down. But I kind of want to respond to or react to a clip of his from a video he just released recently. Now, this is Danny really acknowledging that, hey, the correction's here. We're starting to see cheaper and cheaper prices. We're starting to see some of these highly sought after SIRs all the way back down to prices they were basically at a year ago. And it's not going to stop here, guys. The more sets that Pokemon has time to reprint, the more and more we're going to see this. It's going to happen with the singles. It's going to happen with the singular packs, the collection boxes, the ETBs, the booster bundles, and guess what? Even the booster boxes, even the mystical, magical booster box that could never, ever go down, guess what? All of them are down right now, and there hasn't even been a substantial reprint. For those of you in the chat that subscribe to all the PokeTuber shills out there that say that Pokemon will never again reprint the booster box because Pokemon they absolutely love the secondary market. They love the investor bros. They love and are so grateful for the secondary market prices, and they want their product, especially their ultra modern product, to be extremely, extremely expensive. For all you guys that buy into that narrative, it's so silly, guys. That is not how companies work and make their money. Does Pokemon want their product to be expensive and sought after and collectible? Absolutely. But Pokemon gives themselves a window. We don't know how long that window is. Everyone kind of says there's a two-year print window. That's what basically all of us say, but none of us know that. Pokemon could print whatever they want to, but here's what we know. Pokemon gives themselves a window of time where they're going to reprint sets. In that window of time, whatever it is, Pokemon is using that to make their money, okay? Once they decide to pull back from the market, pull back on printing, they are going to let the collectible do what collectibles do, which is accumulate and rise in price the more and more scarce it gets. Remember, this is a depreciating asset item that you have. These sets like 151, 3 years, 5 years from now, there will be less product available. Therefore, the singles, the sealed, everything in between will be priced higher because there's just less of it. It's more rare, more scarce. But here's the deal. You should not be terrified of reprints. This is actually not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing. So as we dive in and check out Danny Phantom's clip here, my name's Matt. I'm with TCG. I really appreciate you guys for stopping by the channel. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that like button and comment down below. Also consider subscribing. All three of those things go a long way to help grow a small channel like mine, help give put more eyes on this video, push it in the algorithm. So if you want to do that, you can. If you don't, that's totally fine. And I say this in almost all my videos. If you disagree with this video and you think we're about to head back into all-time highs, bull runs, let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I actually would love to have a conversation with you because I believe I can learn from different opinions, okay? I don't want to just silo myself where everyone's saying the same thing. If you disagree with me, hit that dislike button, jump down in the comments, and let me know why I'm wrong. Would love to learn from you. So let's go ahead and dive in. Here is that Danny Phantom clip, y'all.
And we go through this all the time. Like I don't ever want to pat myself on the back or anything like that because I make mistakes all the time. But we talked about this before. We've been through this before. We've gone through ebbs and flows before. The Pokemon market goes up, it goes down, and it's all about just like being patient through the upswings and then focusing more on things during the downswings, which is what we're heading into right now.
This clip really encapsulates why I really appreciate and like Danny Phantom and his content that he creates and just his presence online. I think the hobby really needs people like him. Danny has been in this corner of the hobby since this bull run began. He has been saying, preaching, yelling it from the mountaintops of YouTube and giveaways, saying, hey guys, you can be patient. If you are patient and you wait, then you will have access to Pokemon product at cheaper prices in the future. Now, this is good, okay? Just like Danny said, this is healthy. This is a normal cycle, and it really behooves you, especially if you're more of a collector or just somebody in the hobby enjoying it casually. It would really benefit you to be a little bit more patient as the market is higher if we're in a bull run. And then really engage with the hobby, collect the sets that you love, rip the packs that you love when the market is a bit lower. Your money will go a lot further, you're gonna have more packs, you're gonna have more full binders, and you're not gonna get burnt out paying these high, ultra high prices. On the flip side of that, I'm also a very big proponent of you can do whatever you want with your money. All of us have different levels of spend that we're comfortable with. And so if you have enough discretionary like money set to the side where you want to engage with the hobby at the higher points, like what we saw with Terrestrial Festival, Prismatic Evolutions, that's totally fine. Like if you're big ball and you can do that, that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and there should be no judgment at all for anybody buying packs at the high or the low, okay? I truly believe that. You gotta take ownership of your spending. You don't wanna blame it on other people, but you can do whatever you want with your money. But if you want to stretch your money further, you want it to go further and work longer for you in the hobby, then waiting till the market turns is good. Does that mean you might miss out on a couple sets? Absolutely. But remember, if you're not in this as a investor, bro, if you're not in this kind of realm that the PokeTubers want to put you in, then that doesn't really matter, okay? There will always be a chance to find certain sets at lower prices. It's not as if you're going to miss out entirely. The only way that would happen is if you jumped in right as the bull market started and right as something like the Sword and Shield block booster boxes sold out on Pokemon Center, and all of a sudden there was a large increase there because those sets are out of print. That would be a situation where you're kind of maybe missing out on the previous block, which is totally natural, but just know that that's kind of part of the cycle as well. So this is what I really want to talk about. I really wanted to spend some time today talking about PokeTubers, talking about the YouTube environment, because here's the deal. There have been so many PokeTubers telling you and me and their viewers to buy at release, to engage and spend money and start to invest at all-time highs. There are PokeTubers that are telling you that booster boxes will not be reprinted again, selling you FOMO, telling you that you may never get a chance to buy Destined Arrivals for sub $400 where it is right now. There are PokeTubers that have made a lot of promises along the way that if you start watching some of their videos in the past several months, let's timestamp this. So if anybody actually wants to go out and do this, I thought about trying to put together a little little scene with different clips and everything. I don't have time. Ain't nobody got time for that. But if you want to go back and check it out, this right now is December 2025. We're about to go into 2026. This is early December. So if you want to go back, check out some of your favorite Pokeshillers, your PokeTubers, especially the finance, investing bros. Check out their videos from February, March, April, May, June, and July of 2025. What were they telling you to do with all their market recaps, with their summaries of what's happening, their investing choices? Here's what I'm buying. Here's what I would buy. Here, don't miss out on this opportunity. Here's the deal. I'm not that I'm going to call people out by name, but I think that it's important that there's at least some voices in the hobby that are saying, hey, take note of those things. Because what they're doing is they're playing on your emotions. They're getting you to buy into FOMO. You have this fear that you're going to miss out on something. And guess what? All PokeTubers do that to some extent. A lot of us use clickbaity titles. If you saw this video's clickbaity title with the tombstone with Pokemon 2025, 2025, and you thought that was silly and clicked on it, thank you so much for being here. We all engage in that because guess what? This PokeTube, YouTube, is part of the game. Anybody that is like has ads approved on their channel is getting paid for AdSense. They have an incentive to make their thumbnails as clickable as possible to get more eyes and more views on their videos, and I'm no different than that, but I want to be upfront and honest. But you need to be careful because right now and in the past maybe month, so I would really say October, November into early December, a lot of these PokeTubers have been changing their tune. They've started to pull back. They're a little bit more bearish. Some of them are like, oh no, I'm still bullish. You know, I still believe in Pokemon for the long term, but I just sold all my PSA slabs. Oh no, I'm still bullish. I'm still buying, but I'm selling about 70 to 80% of my collection. You have to be careful. You have to be careful out there on who you let influence your decisions. At the end of the day, I would really recommend that it's okay to watch everyone. It's okay to watch the market updates, the investor bros, the Danny Phantoms, the PokeNEs, the PokeRevs. It's okay to watch everybody and enjoy the content, be entertained. But at the end of the day, if you are looking to hold Pokemon for the long term, if you're looking to invest, then you need to take ownership of your decisions. Buy what you love, buy what you believe in, and don't worry don't worry about what the your latest nostalgianomics video is saying. Just buy what you love, buy the sets that you believe in that will perform well over the long term. I mean, look at 151. Like how much of a no-brainer is that? You can look at Destined Rivals. A lot of people believe in that. Do you want to buy in right under $400 right now, or do you want to wait and see if it goes lower? The key word there is, do you want to do that? So it's okay to invest. It's okay to have a sealed collection. It's okay to be a reseller. But be careful about these voices that you let influence you and impact you. And just know this at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. Like what I just said, PokeTubers in February, March, April, May, and June were encouraging all of us to engage at these high prices. They were actively selling, running rip and ships, doing all of this. I've done that too. It's okay to engage in the hobby at the higher prices. If you love it, you have the money to spend. That's totally fine. Spend your money how you want to. But now they're starting to change their tunes. I'm not saying this so you can look back and blame them. I'm saying this so you can be aware of it, so that you can make the conscious decision as you're watching a YouTuber and say, hey, is there an ulterior motive here to why this person is hyper shilling the Mega Dragonite set? You can say to yourself, I don't even like Mega Dragonite. I think it's goofy. So if you think Mega Dragonite, the forerunner of the set, is goofy, then why would you spend X amount of dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars, investing in something that you think at the end of the day is kind of goofy? You know what I mean? So make your own decisions. That's what I'm talking about. So Danny Phantom, one of the big things that he mentions here is the Surging Sparks Pikachu SIR. I want to throw in a little bit data in here. So the Pikachu SIR is just right above its all-time low for about a year, right before the bull run. You know why that's so exciting? That's so exciting because there could be a really intense reset of the hobby. You know what I mean? There could not like a full reset where like everything's getting reset. I'm saying that for specific sets, SKUs, cards, you may really have an opportunity to dive in at a lot cheaper prices. But that does leave people who bought at the top in kind of a sticky situation. What do you do if you've accumulated all this product through the long run? Like, what do you do when it drops below sub MSRP? Well, my 2 cents is this. Is if you are financially stable, you got all your bills paid for, you're not sitting on a ton of debt or anything like that, you have a closet or a room full of Pokemon, just sit on it. Sit on it for the next year or two, forget it's even there. Maybe start a new collection in your collector app, track one of your binders. Don't think about that stuff. Come back to it in 2 years after you forgot about it and check on it again then. See where we're at that time. If you are not financially secure and you're sitting on a ton of product and you do have X, Y, or Z payments coming up, then you have to make the decision that's best for you in your life. It's not, don't ruin your life over cardboard, okay? That's all I gotta say. Just be careful out there. And this last thing I wanna mention, because I know people in the comment section, you may not even make it to this point before you jump down there. A lot of people will look at specific products, will look at specific sets of data to craft the narrative that they want to see. This is fine. Everyone does it. But I want you to know that unless you're taking in all of the data, unless you're really having an unbiased look at the data, then you are not giving a full and clear picture. A lot of investor bros only look at specific SKUs and products whenever they determine the health or the hype of the market. And what I mean by that is primarily they're looking at booster boxes and booster box cases. Maybe some are throwing ETBs, PCETBs in there, but just know this, that is painting a skewed narrative of the hobby, especially when you take into account that Pokemon, the Pokemon company, has not made the decision to reprint booster boxes in a substantial, significant way to this point. So just take this in, okay? All of your favorite shillers, all of your favorite PokeTubers that are taking a look at booster boxes day over day, week over week, month over month, and they're saying, hey guys, the crash is over. Look at this booster box starting to go back up. Look at Destined Rivals, only one more listing, sub 400. We're going back up, guys. Rudy was right. We're going back up. Just be careful. It's not the only SKU out there. In fact, it's really not even the primary way that people engage and interact with the hobby. People that are engaging in the quantities in booster boxes in large quantities right now are going to be your top spending people in the hobby, which absolutely there should be content for those people. And you should be worried and thinking about the things that you're buying. But listen, the Pokemon company can do whatever they want. They make the rules, and I firmly believe that we will see reprints of booster boxes. I don't know when that's going to happen. I don't know what sets are going to be impacted, but I do know that when that happens, because the narrative for so long is that Pokemon will not do that because they love the secondary market, because they want their ultra modern, newest sets to be sought after, collectible, desirable, valuable. They're not going to touch booster boxes because those are for the serious investors, the serious sealed collectors. I think that's a big load of hogwash, okay? Pokemon can do what they want, and they absolutely will. And I firmly believe that Pokemon, they're going to capitalize and make as much money and profit as they can as things are going on. So I hope this video has encouraged you. Think critically about any PokeTuber you watch, any YouTuber you watch, especially people that are actively involved with running a business and selling things to you as well. Do they have an ulterior motive? Let me use myself as an example. I run a small Pokemon I run a small Pokemon business out of my spare bedroom. I run, it's about 5 figures of revenue so far this year. I'm excited for that. That's awesome. But you need to know that watching me, right? So do I want to see Pokemon do well? Do I want to see Pokemon increase in value and do well over the long term? Absolutely. I'm actively involved with it. I actively stream and I sell packs and I sell sealed Japanese booster boxes. I sell singles on TCG Player. I have a vested interest in the Pokemon market and hobby and the secondary market. But at the end of the day, what matters more to me is that you are aware, that you have a really critical view on the things that you're watching and taking in. So thank you so much for being here. We're going to go ahead and wrap this up with a little ramble jamble. That's a little shout out to Moxman for Magic the Gathering. And if anybody knows Moxman or watches Magic the Gathering YouTube content, sound off in the comment section. Let me know your favorite Magic the Gathering YouTubers. If you're just a Pokemoner, if you're just a Pokemon fan, sound off in the comments down below. Put a doctor emoji in the chat to let me know you made it all the way through. I'm actually extremely not feeling super great right now, but I made it through this video. You may see a couple more cuts in this video than you've seen in a lot of my other videos. That's just because I probably had to stop, cough, reset, and get back to it. You know what I mean? But yeah, the Pokemon market is still softening. We're still seeing prices drop on singles, on packs, different SKUs and products. It is a beautiful time to be around. Just be careful out there. And gosh, guys, there literally have been PokeTubers. There's literally been YouTubers saying just months ago, "Oh, this time it's different. We're only going up from here. Nothing's gonna change. This is changes everything. Buy." Twice Bait Jake saying buy booster boxes at $300 as they release. It's gonna be the best price. Mega Evolutions. That didn't age well. Sheesh. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. I'll see you for the next one. Peace.